Bears matchup. 21st ranked, the Baylor Bears visiting the Oklahoma Sooners. It is terrific to have you with us on this Saturday, along with former Duke All-American Hendis. Get wiped out at home by TCU by 20-plus points. What's going to happen here in Norman, where the Sooners right now, according to Joe Lunardi, the last team in and need a win here to stay in the field. Baylor has the game's first possession.
How Oklahoma defends the perimeter is imperative in this ball game, considering 45% of the shots Baylor takes is from the three-point line.
Flo Thamba with the left hand for the first bucket of the game. They don't get a ton of offense out of Flo, averaging about 5 points per game. They get an early basket from him. There's the OU starting five, including impressive freshman Milos Uzan. If they can get Tanner Groves going for the Sooners, that'll be a big deal today.
Yeah, I think he's a huge piece for them. And actually, Porter Moser, I give them a lot of credit. He talked about that in shoot-around for Tanner to get going early, for him to find the confidence. I like the designated play for him right off the jump.
That trio of Cryer, George, and Flagler, so effective from beyond the arc. Cryer gets in the lane a little long. A Thamba rebound keeps it alive, and a wide-open three is short from Jalen Bridges.
OU is going to have to hit the defensive boards in this ball game. Baylor, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. And for a team that shoots so many threes, they're long rebounds, Mark. So the guards really got to dig in and chase those rebounds down.
That's something you definitely got to take into account with those long shots and long rebounds. Here's Jalen Hill down low on Bridges. Another Thamba rebound. Bridges took a unintentional blow to the face. He's a little slow getting into the play, and there's Thamba, who has another bucket. We have an official timeout. George's three long. Thamba, another rebound, his third of the game, keeps possession. Cryer reverses and scores. Just again, a hair off the mark. Flagler down the lane. A lay-in for Flagler, and it's a 6-point. Groves looking for brother Jacob instead. One dribble and back to Uzan with 10 to shoot. Nice pass from the baseline, short, but there was Tanner Groves. I think that was a shot and not a pass.
Offense.
They've been very effective. I can see why you're so excited.
I mean, from a guard who shot the ball a lot, who didn't like to defend, this is right down my alleyway.
Cryer in the lane scores, and all 10 points scored by Baylor to begin the game.
Mark, when you're out on the perimeter, your bigs are hedging and they're showing. So the first thing, if you're a Baylor guard, you're telling your big, as soon as you come set a screen, slip it, roll to the rim, and that's what you want to do.
Sherfield with a three.
A little bit of that, physicality in order to put the ref in a position to make a call.
John Wuno, nearly a steal. Godwin keeps possession for the Sooners.
Good pass.
Great pass from Cortez. Godwin finishes.
I mean, no hair bun, no nothing. He's just letting it ride. I like it.
Deontay George has it punched out. Ortega away. Porter couldn't quite finish it this time. Oklahoma State won the Bedlam game on Wednesday. They scored 48 points in the second half. Most points OU was allowed to have all year.
Game, how OU defended the three-point line was imperative, considering Baylor makes over 9 threes a game. Now, look, they're not on the same talent level as you see OU, and they get to the rim here. Stephen Curry, when I think about Jordan Poole, the way they raise the offense above the free throw line, the way they have spacing, the three-point shooting, the dribble drives, the reads, the dribble handoffs. As you see Flagler knock down a shot there, hand down all the time. If you're going to guard the perimeter, please have active hands. Because guards get to the point where if they can see the rim, a shot's going to go up if they're true bona fide scorers.
I'll tell you what a find has been today for Porter Moser.
How you approach the game and the sharpness you come out in the game, I think is pivotal for young players. You have to come out and attack right away.
George went for the steal there, didn't get it. Groves, three. Got that one on his fourth try.
Well, as of late, but you got to shoot those open shots.
Sooners had missed their first 6 3-point shots. Here's a three from George. Thamba bats it around, and Bridges was in the right place to gather it.
And a rotation pass or a wide open three. And that's the type of offense that you want to run if you're OU. Once again, here comes the blitz. Kick it back. Wide open shot. Every time until they change the coverage. It's easy. It's called Keep It Simple. One of the toughest remaining schedules left in college basketball. We had talked about the fact that you have an 8 p.m. game on Wednesday. You turn around, you play Baylor at home today. Then all of a sudden you go on the road to play at TC. Okay, Mark, what play has worked offensively when Tanner Groves is on the floor?
Well, him being alone at the top of the key. It's just 2 team fouls against Baylor so far today. Sherfield for to shoot. That's a 3.
Wow. So far, they got them extended running their offense. That's the kind of ball pressure you need.
Hill staying with Flagler. Shovels to Thamba, who rolled to the basket. And that looked like the offense they were running earlier. Jim Hartness had called a common foul on Tanner Groves. You can't go to the monitor and get rid of that.
Mm-hmm. Good slip. Wow.
Jalen Hill, his second bucket of the first half.
Defense by Hill. He didn't let Flagler use the screen. He denied the screen and forced him in one direction.
It didn't hit the rim. The shot clock's at 1. Love gets it off in time and banks it in. Count it. Kicks Hill. Cortez. Game clock down to 7.
Get a ball screen.
Sherfield. And that's going to end the first half. So Baylor got out to an early 6-point lead, but it's the Sooners that have a 4-point lead here at the intermission. And the 3-point shot, which has been such a good friend for Baylor all season, not so much in the first half. They've hit in the game this year is 5, and that was their loss to Iowa State to start conference play. Flagler sees a lane. Groves trying to cut it off, and Flagler able to finish. And for Flagler now.
All right, so another missed opportunity, right? Baylor switching all the action. You had a smaller guard in Cryer who was guarding Tanner Groves. Give the ball down low and let your big go to work. Flagler again, patience off the screen, reading.
Points to the second half, and they have tied the game quickly at 30. Over the top, Jalen Hill. Nice feed there from Tanner Groves.
A lot of different answers. I think about the team and I think about rhythm flaws. Like, oh, those are politically correct answers. But what's the real answer? Like, where are you? And I think that's a huge statement for this basketball team. As you see Groves right there with the and one, is who are you consistently in identity? And the rhythm, the shot, all of it.
Long rebound. Bridges deflects it out to Cryer. George, a 2.
There we go.
The 2-point shot, missing his first 5.
Offensive rebounds, right? You give a team a second chance. That's where does that great slip by Hill. Great slip. Once again, Keontae George thought there was going to.
The last thing he wants is after that block to go the other way and him to give up an easy bucket because he's gassed.
Exactly.
George can't get past.
Tough shot.
Ooh.
Tough shot.
Really good defense by Jalen Hill, but the freshman.
I saw.
Flagler dribbled it off his foot. Bridges diving for it, but Olway got to it first. Cortez a lob for Hill. Godwin following, finishes.
Cortez finds him in transition, and look, sometimes you can't quit on the play. That's what Oklahoma basketball is doing. Back here.
Langston Love, 14-footer. Good. Love. Done for the Bears. So we slip under the 12-minute mark in Norman. Sherfield kicks it to the corner. Uzan, a 3! Thamba with 8. Lohner with 7. That's half of the 30 rebounds, 15 of the 30 for Baylor today from those two players. Flagler found a spot and a little crease to lay it in.
You got to get the ball moving against the zone. Hit the middle of the zone, wide open. And don't you feel like I mean, Tanner Groves hasn't taken a shot since, I want to say, the 9-minute mark on Zane. His son just towers over my son when they play together.
And yet Jordan still has time to go to the studio and babysit Farnham and Cuff.
Yeah. Yes, he does. There we go, Tanner. That's what I need.
Sherfield got in a tough spot, threw it away, and then George lost the handle. Numbers here, Uzan ahead of the field. Got to crawl over the front rim.
Please.
Tied at 47 with under 6 minutes to go. This Big 12 matchup between the Sooners and Bears. Pass underneath. Hill and one opportunity.
It's about 6.
It is Baylor ball still. 16 on the shot clock. George dribbles into the lane. Some contact from Groves. And an and one opportunity now for the freshman Keontae George.
You can do that when you have the long wingspan of Groves.
Bridges is wide open for a go-ahead three for the Bears. Using nice feed, and he found Tanner Groves again. That gets the Sooner crowd back in as we're under 4 minutes to go. Bridges a three from the right corner.
Wow.
And for the second straight possession, Bridges with a three. Like Jalen Hill.
You catch the ball in the middle of the zone, you got to turn and face.
Faded. Jalen Hill, the floater from the baseline, ties it up. Keontae George gathers, shoots. Groves, quick outlet. Sherfield found Uzan. Here's a lob in transition to the sophomore C.J. Nolan.
First half, yeah, he is a closer that this team needs. I'd like to see the ball in his hands down the stretch.
Just one timeout left for the
Tough
Bears.
Shot. Wow.
Bridges, his third three of the second half. Fourth consecutive Big 12 win in a row after dropping their first three.
There you go, clear out the side.
Two to shoot, Cryer, three up, got it! At a huge moment.
Right step three here, gets him on the pump fake, sidestep, knocks down his third big three in the second half. And then I told you yesterday, I talked to Flagler, I said, who are you in the big moments? Do you want the ball in the big moments? Here on the step back, tough, difficult, fading away from the basket three to give them a 4-point lead. What a performance down the stretch by the Baylor.
They have any shot. They got to get a quick catch and shoot.
How to shoot.
A dribble. And all that's going to do is maybe affect a 2-point game with 1.3 seconds left. It's not over because it's Cryer who has the ball in his hands. In for George. Batted out. Right in
basket. Not their basket. There you go. Throw it deep. There you go.
Touched by Flagler, time runs out, and Baylor survives it on the road. Their fourth straight win in conference play as they take it by 260-260.
I tell you, if you're Baylor, it doesn't matter how you win. All that matters is that you did win. Sometimes you have to learn how to win ugly.